By the end of 2019, around November, I got the chance to visit the beautiful country of Mozambique and stayed 4 nights in the capital, Maputo. So in this video, I'll be sharing with you guys my experience during my stay. So I'll be helping you guys, giving you guidance to make your experience in Maputo maybe better than mine or even more easy. So I'll be sharing things from logistics, transportation, communication, accommodation. I'll be sharing you places to eat, but also as well things to do within 72 hours in Maputo. So the first thing I'm going to advise you is the language, the communication in general, because as you're moving around, language or communication is very important. So English is not a very famous language in Mozambique because the major language is Portuguese, spoken by the majority of people. I can say all of people. That means they study using Portuguese to tertiary level. So most of the people don't speak English. So I'm going to advise you to use one of those Google translators that translate voice and language from English to Portuguese. It's going to make your life more easy. It has never been that handy. I did meet a friend and it really helped our conversation all throughout. So that's one, communication. Get yourself a Google translator. The second one is gonna be transportation. So moving around, they do not have Uber yet Mozambique to the point where I was last year. So it's very hard to get that estimated thing. So it's gonna go back to bargaining. Taxis are there and tuk-tuks are there. I'm gonna opt you to take tuk-tuks or the Bajaj because they are more cheaper, max flexible as well. Because I did use them for the same distance and the taxi was double the amount I paid for the tuk-tuk. Why am I not advising you to use public transport? Is because Mozambique public transport, by my eye as a traveler, I didn't see it like it was very efficient, especially when it's peak hours, like when people are going to work or coming from work. The buses were so full. And again, if you can't speak Portuguese, how are you going to be moving around from one station to another? Maybe you can, but just opt not to for the better convenience of yourself, if that makes sense. So that's on my part of transportation. Then I'm going to talk on accommodation. So we stayed at the Stay Easy Maputo. I'm going to link the down if you want to book with them. I really don't know where exactly I can advise you to stay, but I can say stay somewhere close to the beach because I mean, you're in Mozambique, like, you need the beach. So stay somewhere close. Don't go very, like, if you're getting an Airbnb, look on your map. Don't go very inward because it's going to make your life hard, especially when it comes to transportation and increase your costs. Food, Mozambique food is amazing. It's amazing. I'm going to advise you to eat out as often as you can, but being on a budget. So you could go to, we went to South Beach. South Beach was amazing. The food was amazing, but also I've been to just outside to where I stayed. There's a place called Fakamamba. You need to eat burgers from Fakamamba. I'm not a burger person if you know me personally, but those burgers were amazing. If I'll go back, I'll go to Fakamamba, to Mozambique, and have those burgers one more time. They also do delivery. I'm going to put a picture here. They also have an Instagram that you can also check. But also when I was in town, I managed to go to a local place. Most of the time, maybe the person won't speak English, but they'll get someone who can speak English and help you. But if you have your translator, you can do that. Though it's not going to do, it's not efficient 100%, but yeah. So I've covered transportation, food, and accommodation. So now we're going to go to things I advise you to do when you're in Maputo in day one. So day one, I would advise you to go to town. You should take a tuk-tuk, go to town, because that's the best way to meet the locals and understand their culture and how they live in, because that's where the majority of people are moving up and down. There's a lot to do in town. One of them is to go to the Maputo Central train station. I went to the Maputo Central Market. There's a lot of statues of different people that played a major role, including Samora Machel himself, and all those are in town. There are different museums, all depends what you do, but most of them are in town. So when you get in town, the first thing, just get yourself a SIM card if you'll need one, but otherwise you can download the Google offline map and you could use that. You can walk in town. I walked in town. I took a tuk-tuk from where I stayed to town, and I walked around to all those places that I've mentioned, and I'm gonna put pictures like everywhere to the places that I went, and it was very easy, it was very convenient. Everything is not very far, but it's good for the body. It's like 1 kilometer distance and stuff like that. And if you get tired, there are beautiful parks to stay. They have beautiful gardens. The one I went to was called the Tunduru Botanical Garden. It was amazing, just sitting there relaxing as I see birds, a lizard going up and down. That was amazing, and it's a good way to relax and continue your journey. And then you could grab food somewhere in town. Then after that, you could either go back to your hotel, but you can just finish your day at the beautiful restaurant of Do. I've talked about Do, and I think it's the best place to watch sunset in Mozambique. It's amazing. Advice: get there before 5 or get there before 6 actually. So by 5, make sure you're there so that you can get the best seats, the best view. It gets totally packed and it closes at 8. So as soon as you get there, you can just order your food, or you can just have a cider 2M. Have a 2M and just enjoy the view, because it's amazing. It has the best sunset. So I think if you just do that, that's like the 2 things you can do in day 1, and you can go back and sleep. So day 2, I take it that you're staying somewhere close to the ocean, so I would advise you to go in the morning and just have like a jog or a run. I mean, if you're an exercise type of person like me, but otherwise you could just go there and have madafu or coconut water, which is one of the amazing things I like about Maputo, because these people sell this place everywhere. And if you know me by now, you have followed me on Instagram, you know how much I like coconut water. It should make sense, right? It should make sense. Coconut water. So that's one thing. But then you could take your morning off and go to take a tour with a small boat that takes a few minutes to Katembe, and you're gonna get to see the longest suspension bridge in Africa, Katembe Bridge, which connects Katembe area and Maputo area. And then you could spend your day there, you could have breakfast there and just enjoy the vibe with the locals. There are also beautiful beaches there as well on the other side, so you could do that, which I did. And I also did an extreme video on how much it cost and blah blah blah. Somewhere I'm gonna put a cut. And then you can come back like around maybe 1, come back to Maputo, and then I would advise you to go to Merci de Prexi. I hope I'm pronouncing it right, but this is the place where it was my best experience ever. A friend of mine hooked me up to this idea from Mozambique, and I love every moment of it, and thank you very much. So basically you go to a fish market, you buy fresh fish, and then you buy the fresh fish. They have all types of seafood that you know. Then you take them to a different area, then they make it for you, and depends what you wanted. They could give you as a starter, like they could boil some of it, they could grill it, fry it, and give you with a side of your choice, and you pay them a commission for cooking, if it makes sense. So that was a very good experience. But also just around that area there's a market that you can buy craft things if you like, or you're that type of person, just like a souvenir to bring back home to a friend, or just as a memory of your trip. But as well, when you're sitting there, a lot of people will be selling you stuff, which can get annoying, but at the same time not really annoying. So depends what type of person are you. So I think the second day you could go to Katembe, come back and do the fish market experience, which I did it. Miss Trudy as well did it, so I'm gonna link also her video down below in this video. So the third day I'm gonna advise you to do something that I haven't done personally, and I'm gonna explain why I advise you and why I didn't do it. So basically I couldn't go to the Inhacan Portuguese islands. These islands are very beautiful. They're the closest beautiful islands that you could go to with blue crystal water. I mean, you get what I mean compared to the beaches in Mozambique, which I really I complained about it at some point in my previous videos. So for this experience, you have 2 options. One option is to use the ferry, which runs only 2 days in a week. That means you're gonna have to spend 2 nights in that other side before you come back, which is gonna take more of your time and more of your money. But if you like the experience, you can do that. But the other option is tour companies. There are different tour companies. I'm gonna leave a number in my description box of a tour guide, a guide that operates this on weekends, Saturday and Sunday. So you pay a certain amount and you get to go with them in the morning and come back in the evening. And the amount that they charge includes food, includes snacks and drinks during the stay, but as well things like snorkeling and stuff and other water sports that are available. So I think it's more flexible because it's convenient. You don't make a lot of the planning and they cover all the cost, and it made sense. But I couldn't go because by the time I was leaving on Thursday, and they only do it on Saturday and Sunday because they have the majority of people, because you have to be in groups like 8 or 12 if not mistaken. So those are the things I would advise you to do in Mozambique, Maputo. Please subscribe to my channel. I've done a lot. This is my last video of my Mozambican series, so please check my previous videos. I'm gonna leave the cards at the end, links in the description. We know Corona has happened, but it's not the end of the world. We still have to move on, and life is gonna move on. So one of the things I would like to advise you is to travel the world. Let's travel the world. And Mozambique is a very beautiful country, and I've made it so easy with all my videos. So I mean, Thank you so much for watching. My name is Javenci. I do lifestyle travel videos. Subscribe to my channel. Check all my playlists. I have different playlists: Mozambique, Dubai, Swaziland, and many more. Thank you. Not that you care, but my shirt is from Mr. Price. This video is not sponsored, but this print is wow. And look what I'm matching with. I'm matching with my mirror. Wow. Jesus, what is this? What is this? Is this me? Is this you? Is this us? Whoa, Mr. Price, I'm making the things.